Man, you know it never ceases to amaze me that they got some people that undeniably just prove you right in ways that you just didn't know that they would until you said something. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go to TikTok. Head over to TikTok and I want you to look up a guy named CaptainChuckelz. That's with a Z at the end, not an S. And so many people then got the video duetted and I believe they call it stitched as well when they put the video in front of their own. And I want you to watch his the video that they're all reacting to, because there's only one that they really famously reacting to. Remember when I told y'all ignorance is bliss, and I broke down how ignorance means not knowing and blissful means happy, and saying that ignorance is bliss just means people are happy with not knowing? I mean, happy without knowing, without knowledge of knowing or nothing. And not only are they happy in not knowing, they're happy with not even going to attempt to educate themselves on the simplest shit. See, I was supposed to talk about video games today, but I seen this shit and I was like, bro, this is more important. I gotta speak on this. Now I'm recording this on my phone because I'm walking, because there's always a chance, the reason why I do it like this, that somebody might call me and it may interrupt the flow of the video, so I gotta put my phone on airplane mode, thus I can't use the internet. And the reason for that is, the reason why ignorance is bliss, the reason why people are happy without knowing is because it makes you void of responsibility. The more knowledge you have, the more responsible you are. The more responsible of you having to pass that proper knowledge and the truth on to the next generation so that they don't end up dummies, like this CaptainChuckelz dumbass. Now, we have all been living on this planet long enough to see a bunch of bullshit happen, a bunch of innocent black folks getting killed by whether it be police brutality. We read the books of the survivors of children who were killed because they got lied on. So you really have to ask yourself, how much of a rock do you have to be living under for you to get on a platform like TikTok and ask the most ridiculous question, show me a black person that was killed just because they were black? Feel free to pause the video and take your time to think about this shit, because it's gonna be a while for you to wrap your mind around that question as much as I did. You know, it's crazy how things are so much more easier to digest when you don't want to admit that the history of this country was built on, well, motherfuckers like me. Of course, I can give you the litmus list of all the black folks that have died when white people have literally pointed guns at police officers and lived to tell the goddamn tale. It was a video, I'm pretty sure it's still on YouTube. It was a video of an old man, big beer belly type motherfucker, went into an open park, pointed a gun at a police officer, and these motherfuckers tackled him. That's right. A white man with a gun pointed at him, fully loaded, is less of a threat than 9 people praying in a damn church. That type of shit is less of a threat than a kid on a bicycle. That shit is less of a threat than a man who assumingly paid with a counterfeit $20 bill. That shit is less of a threat than a man on the street corner selling loose cigarettes, apparently, allegedly. And we can just go on and on. Also less of a threat than a woman sleeping in her own damn house and police just firing in that motherfucker. Oh, and there's many examples of this shit, of white people just being armed and fucking dangerous, seeing as less of a goddamn threat than black folks who had their fucking hands up and complied with the officer's orders. And that's not even counting the motherfuckers who weren't even documented on them damn Amistad boats that got killed because of that shit. Are you done thinking yet? I done walked a little bit. I really wanted to give you time. I'll pause the video because, you can go on and on. It's so many examples, which the reason why I started this video off. How many people, how much of a rock do you have to live under to get on a national platform? Global, actually, because the app actually comes from China. But how much of an arrogance do you have to get on a social platform like TikTok and just be so, and feel like you're so in the right, like you just finna stump some damn body with this question? Like, this is the question that's just gonna make them all shut up, right? Like, this is the question right here that's just gonna make them all fucking, you know what I'm saying, just shut the hell up. Nothing else though. That's the one question that you gave. Show me a black person that was killed just because they're black. I'm not even trying to do the pause edits no more. I'm just gonna talk straight through. Like, can you really just wrap your head around that shit? You got kids during the time period before they even developed colorful pictures that were accused of shit that they didn't do just for them to get beat and killed. Just to have the women who they were doing that on the behalf of to come out and say some shit like, oh, it never really happened. Seriously, she's an old lady. She was trying to clear her name up. I guess, what's up? Oh, what's going on, man? What's up? I'm on my way to work.
Trying to get there, huh?
Yeah, man.
All right,
trying to cool off in this hot ass weather, man. But yeah, she basically just tried to clear her goddamn name. I guess she thought she was gonna meet God, so let's just try to get this out the way, see if she can get her name written in that book, right? Or however the hell that works. Well, some of this, like, you can't make it. It's like, and then on top of that, CaptainChuckelz, he actually reacted to a video of a black girl saying that she didn't like white people, right? And we all know why. We all know why, and we all know she got a very good fucking reason. But he reacted to it and said, well, if I would have said the same thing about black people, what would be the response I would get? Like I said, I wish I could edit the video in this video right here, but I can't do it. Apparently, not while I'm recording like this. But y'all can go on this page. It's still up. You still got people that didn't react to it, so they got the video in their videos, so you'll be able to see it. Again, CaptainChuckelz with a Z at the end, not an S. It's ridiculous. So you got people who, and the thing is, this motherfucker ain't by itself. Like I said, knowledge is power. It is a responsibility of people who know to teach those that don't know. Because you got arrogant motherfuckers like this who know better than to say the shit that they saying, but they think they can brainwash another generation into not even looking at certain shit. You know how many white kids were taught that black people are nothing but savages and animals, and the whole start of that whole bullshit was because you're all trying to label us as animals so people don't feel sympathy for us when you tie metal chains around our necks and force us to pick your vegetables and your damn cotton. It's rooted in that shit. Y'all brainwash y'all goddamn kids so goddamn much that they don't even think they need to look at fucking history. Because America has the history that it will tell you, and then there's the history that you need to go read up on your damn self. So that's a gem right there. America has the history that it will tell you, and then there's the history that you need to go find. Because it's only going to tell you what it wants to, not what you need to hear. You want the truth, you have to go look for it for yourself. Because unfortunately, some of your parents, white people, they were a part of that damn problem. They were children of your grandpas and your grandfathers who were part of that damn problem. You know what I'm saying? And there's some white people out there who was, that was siding with us. It was siding with us. But most of the motherfuckers just don't want things to change. They would love to see us back out and picking cotton. You feel me? They would love to go back to the old ye days of us getting our backslashed because we don't want to feel the cotton quota. They would love that shit. They can't stand the sight of seeing somebody like me with a damn job that they can't just put that label on. I don't have a criminal record, so they can't put that shit on me. So when they can't put that type of shit on you, even though that's filled with fucking racial bias, then it already showed that shit countless times where a black boy and a white boy around the same age had the same amount of points. I don't know how that point system works. Again, I'm not in in the criminal system, but it's a point system that they go off. And depending on how many points you have racked up, that kind of tells them how bad you've been. And they racked up the same amount of points, but the black boy got a harsher sentence than the white boy did. It's too fucking obvious. And when you have people that just don't even care to acknowledge the simple shit, it's other shit that you know they're trying to hide. And unfortunately, he's a part of this problem. So again, the black girl has more of a reason to legitimately say that she don't like white people, because you got to think about the type of shit that she actually been through. The reason why you want to say you don't like black people is because of a racial bias that was taught to you since the beginning of fucking slavery, and not to mention Jim Crow and all this other shit. And let me talk about this Juneteenth shit, this fucking Constellation Prize. I told y'all I don't like this shit. I don't like the fact that they made it a national holiday, because on top of the fact it's going to take away from the attention that we need to be putting on it. When people were celebrating this shit for the proper reasons, you're going to have corporations coming in trying to make business deals off of a holiday that they had no knowledge of, nor did they care to look up beforehand. So now they're going to try to use that as a way for them to make money, completely being a culture vulture. Completely being a culture vulture. When you try to exploit a culture for your own monetary gain. And it's really just bad fucking shit after bad shit. And you can't really... These people are every fucking where, man. You can't avoid them. But one thing I will say, the truth can only be hidden. It can't be destroyed. And the deeper you got to dig for it, you got to understand how much more juicier that truth is. They want that shit to be hidden. But with that being said, man, I'm going to end the video here. Like I said, you can go to TikTok and you can find these videos your damn self. I'm pretty sure they got a damn policy on when it happens. You know, this girl said she didn't like white people. He responded, you know, what if I said I didn't like all black people? You got to understand, the reason why you don't like black people is because of a racial bias that's been pushed in for like centuries upon centuries and in the media, that this is all black people are. That's what you not liking black people is based off of. She's based off of the effect of that. She probably was told she was ugly by white people. She probably told she was no good. She probably went through a bunch of racist ass shit because of shit that your ancestors started. So when she grows up like that, it's only natural she's gonna say she don't like white people. Whereas you really don't have a reason to say that you don't like, you know what I'm saying? Regardless if you want to think you're right and wrong, he just jumped out and said, what if I said I didn't like black people? Did you ever care to ask the question as to why the fuck she even felt that way? The answer might shock you, considering that you're getting on TikTok asking questions like, show me one black person that got killed because they were black. But I'm out. Be humble in victory, be gracious in defeat, show no mercy in battle. World Warriors Collective.